Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing a doe-eyed makeup look. I'm going to start with clipping my hair back, and this is all I could find. I've already put on moisturizer, so I'm just going to go in with my makeup. I'm going to start with this IT Cosmetics CC cream. I've been seeing this makeup a lot all over social media. I just think it's a really nice trend, especially for people with rounder eye shapes, which I do have. For my concealer, I'm going to be taking this NYX Bear With Me concealer. I'm almost out of this one, but I have a backup luckily. And I'm just going to use this for my eyelids and my under eyes. I just took the tiniest bit because you really don't need a lot with this. And I'm just going to set it with this Wet n Wild powder. Okay, moving on to the face, I'm going to first start by taking this Too Cool for School contour. And I'm just going to take all three shades and kind of mix them together. And then just kind of go on the side and like contour the side. And I'm not going to bring it like this at all, just to give a softer look to the face. And my nose, I'm just going to kind of go over it, bring it up to my eyebrows and blend it in. Now I'm going to move on to my eyes. I'm going to start with this Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and I'm going to take this shade at the top called Chic Happens, and then just kind of almost like a cut crease, just pack that onto my eyelid. And I'm going to bring that down too in my inner corners and under the eye. I don't know if they still make this palette. Hopefully they still do, because I do really like it. It has really good shades in it, just very good neutrals. And I'm going to take this ColourPop That's Taupe palette, and I'm going to take the shade Python and mix it with Pebble Beach. I want this to be more of a cool tone look, so that's why I'm going to go for those. And then I'm just going to kind of put it in a more rounded shape. So instead of like lifting it up, I'm just taking it kind of like this, and then also connecting it to the bottom lash line. See? And then that just kind of emphasizes the roundness of the eyes. And I'm also going to bring it kind of in the outer V. And then just keep building it up until it's at the shade that you like. I talk about this a lot, but I just love ColourPop's makeup. I think they're one of the best drugstore brands. I just wish it was more accessible in Canada, unfortunately. It's just, like, we do have to ship it here every time we want something from there. But sometimes I just want, to see what it looks like first. So that's why whenever I go to the States, I always stockpile a bunch of ColourPop. I'm going to take the bottom shade over here, called Bedrock, and I'm just going to draw a wing, like a small wing. But I don't want it to be like super precise. I want it to be kind of smudged. And I'm also going to connect it with the bottom. So let me try to show it closer. So I've drawn on a small wing, but then I'm also going to connect it from the bottom lash line. And if you have hooded eyelids like me, just make sure you're keeping your eyes open while you're doing your eyeshadow. I'm also going to take a little bit of this Juicy Sparkle, like highlighter, and this is so beautiful. It's super sparkly, but I'm just going to kind of diffuse it in the middle of my eyelid. Just the teensiest bit to bring more attention to the middle of my eye. Next, I'm going to do my eyebrows. I'm just going to take this A2 drawing eyebrow pen. I always accidentally shave way too much from this eyebrow, so I just need to fill it in a bit. I'm not going to fill it in too much, just the tiniest bit. My eyebrows naturally are very dark and thick, but I always need to shave them down because I feel like with rounder eyes it just looks better that way. Well, I guess it depends on the person. I'm going to go back to the To Go for School palette actually, and I'm going to take the darker shade over there and just try to carve out my nose a bit more. Just to kind of draw in a bit of a triangle to make it more deer-like. I'm going to take that white eyeshadow that I used for my eye from the Morphe palette and then just highlight my nose. Next, I'm going to do my lashes, so I'm going to start by curling them, and then I'm going to take my L'Oreal Telescopic mascara and go over them. It would be better if I had a brown mascara, but I don't. Oh no. And then make sure you get the bottom lashes because that'll emphasize the doughness. And I'm concentrating most of the mascara in the middle of my eye. Now moving on to blush, I have like 3 blushes and I can't decide which one. I kind of wanted to try this Essence Pure Nude blush because it is very cool tone and I wanted to go for a more cool tone look. I'm gonna put this more on just the middle of my cheeks, like just at the front, rather than dragging it up. And I'm gonna drag it a little bit, but just to the side. A little bit on my nose. I kind of want to bring it up higher, like right under my eye. I'm not even done with the eyes yet. I keep jumping around. I'm going to take this Essence Nude Liner and line my bottom waterline. If you want to set that, which I think I will, just go over with like a similar shade eyeshadow. So I'm going to take the same Chic Happens and set that in place because that way it won't move. Since waterline eyeliner always tends to wash away. I'm going to take the To Go for School contour and I'm just going to apply it around my lips too, but I'm going to concentrate it mainly at the top and the bottom for a more pouty effect and just to like kind of blur the lip line. It looks weird right now, but once the lips are done, it'll look good. Now I'm going to move on to lips. I'm going to take a brown lip liner and start lining and then just kind of concentrate it more towards the bottom and top. I'm going to try to get rid of my cupid's bow a bit. And now I'm going to take this Flower Beauty lipstick in Spice Petal and go on the inside of that. I really wanted to use my Peripera Ink the Velvet in shade 17, but my drawer is currently stuck that has a bunch of my lipsticks and I'm pretty sure it's in there, unfortunately. I think I'm going to take this Revlon Colorstay lipstick in the shade No Rules and just dab over that. But this is it for my Bambi Eyes makeup look. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.